Am I live? Hello, hello. Checking, checking, check. 1, 2, 3. All right. Always give it a second to start. Let's see. Today we have the finals. All right, the NBA finals are here. All right, and we have the final game. All right, so basically it's possibly the last game of the entire season with LeBron James playing with the Lakers playing against the Miami Heat. All right, and the Lakers are getting pretty cocky. I got to say that, all right, because they have these jerseys that they wear to honor Kobe Bryant, and all year long, I guess they haven't lost while wearing these jerseys. They're like 4-0, and they only bring it up for special occasions. So the second game of the finals, they wore them, and they said that we're going to wear them the second game of the finals and the last game of the finals, which was supposed to be the seventh game. So they were set to wear them the second game, then wash them, things like that, play some games, and then wear them the seventh game. Well, this is only the fifth game, and they're up 3-1. So if they win this fifth game, it's all over. They want to win the season for Kobe Bryant, who died. The Miami Heat can still win this game. Okay, and if they wear it this game, they probably can't wear it the next game or the next game. So what they're saying is, we're definitely going to win tonight. And I think that's a little disrespectful. So I think that the Miami Heat are going to come out hard trying to win. All right. So I don't know if my Lakers are going to win tonight simply because of that. All right. What's up, Leandre? All right. And yeah, so crazy that the Lakers would try to wear the Kobe Bryant jersey. They're basically saying now is the last game. We're going to win now, and it's all over. And what you don't understand is that the other guys on the other side, they are NBA players. They're professional athletes. You can't just offend them and not expect them to come out with an A++++ effort. All right, maybe before they would have stayed down. So either way, win or lose, I think it's going to be a great game because of that. All right, so the Lakers are going to try to close it out in honor of Kobe Bryant, but the Miami Heat will most definitely be offended. And they're going to come out so hard. They're going to be playing like they have nothing to lose. They're going to be going, oh, it's going to be an amazing game. I'm hyped for it. Anyways, make sure that you guys put yourself in the best possible position to make it to that championship plateau in your lifetime. All right? And if you don't make it, it's okay. Because I'm dreaming about making it and truly striving to make it. That's what life is all about. I mean, not everyone gets to taste the victory champagne, but everyone gets to dream about it. And dreams are what make life tolerable. So I want you guys to go out there and dream. All right, dream big. Go for it all. All right, see yourself out there in a Miami Heat jersey or a Lakers jersey, and see yourself winning this thing. All right, and if you think that you can't make it, no, that's not good. All right, so don't be the one to think that you can't make it. And if you are in a position where you really can't make it, maybe because you're not born in the right neighborhood, your genes are bad, like you're going to be short, or like you don't have the opportunity to make it because you don't have enough practices under your belt and you can't afford more practices or whatever, all right, then I need you to be the only person in the entire world who thinks that you can make it, all right? Because again, it's that kind of hope that keeps us alive. Like no one knows why we're here on Earth, all right? No one quite knows. They think that they know, right? And you can define your own life and you can decide whether you want to be here for this, that, or these or those or whatever. All right. So you might as well let your dreams be real in your mind. All right. And go for it all. Anyways, let's start. We got Dylan this morning. He showed up early. And he had his videos uploaded, only 6 of the 9. The 3 that he didn't do were what did he not do? He didn't watch the movie yet. All right. His movie is Moneyball. All right. He also didn't do the challenge for the day, which was the Dribbling Dojo, which was made famous by our Finley Chastain. The Dribbling Dojo is 20 different drills. It's the green sheet of paper. If you guys had our handouts, if you have my book, it's on one of the last pages. And then he didn't do the homework for the month. So sorry, let me rewind that. He didn't do the challenge for the day. The 9th grade challenge is the Dribbling Dojo. He should be on day 9 of the Dribbling Dojo. And he also didn't do the homework for the month. For everyone, the homework for the month is to run epic drill. Nope, sorry, check that. It's to run the Nash drill. All right, and you have to run for 3 straight minutes, right? But your lungs, John, but I mean, all the fires, they have my lungs hurting. All right, blah, 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 because today it is not 150 for the air quality. It's not 100. Is it 50, you say? 50, right? It's good, right? It's not 50. It is 4 or like 2 or 3 or 1, depending on where you live. There is no reason to not go outside and run today besides you're lazy. All right. You go outside, you got to do your sprints. It's a 3-minute sprint. All right. 3 minutes is nothing but the time it takes you to make a hot pocket. All right. Put a hot pocket in there. Couple is 3 minutes, 30 seconds. How do I know that? Because I just had a hot pocket. All right. It's just 3 minutes of your life. Boom, run, then stop. All right. So do this. It's all month long. This is our hardest month, I must admit, for the homework. But again, it's the homework that I tell you will make you get to the promised land, which is the NBA. All right. And you're just choosing not to do it. So you're making my job pretty easy. All right. I tell you, let me think. I'm telling you that you can fly. All right. And you're like, nah, that's stupid. I'm like, no. You can fly. All you have to do is, I don't know, drink water. All right. Drink 1 sip of water every single day for a month. All right. And you're probably thinking, John, this is stupid. All right. Because again, I'm not saying to drink water. I'm saying to do the stuff in this book, right? But it's still, I'm telling you to do something. And I'm telling you to do something. And yes, I tell you to drink water to make you fly. Maybe that doesn't make sense to you because it doesn't really make sense. All right. But what's easier than flying? Making the NBA. What's harder than drinking water? Doing this. I get it, but it's still an analogy. So I tell you to drink water so that you can fly and make the NBA. And all you have to do is do it for a month. And you're not doing it. So afterwards, after a month, I'm like, well, did you do it? You're like, well, I can't fly. I'm like, well, you didn't do it. You didn't drink the water. All you have to do to prove me wrong is to drink water every day for a month. What will it kill you? Nah. It might even make you more healthy. Water's good for you. All right. Drink a sip of water. There's nothing wrong. Right. So I'm telling you to do something. And even though you might think that it's impossible correlation, do it. So this is your water every single day. This is your nourishment. Do this. And what's the worst that could happen? You get better at basketball? Oops, sorry. Don't make the NBA? Okay. Neither does 99.9999% of the world. All right. So do this stuff. And what's the best that can happen? You can fly. All right. So again, you can rewind that, rewatch that on repeat just to hype you up. I know that was some bomb stuff that I just said. All right. So knock that out. All right. Anyways, let's start. We have our elementary workout. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's start with what Dylan did. He did the 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 run. All right. And it's a workout where every shot counts as clutch. He only had to run 1 time. And that's if you go 3 in a row and then you miss, then you go 4 in a row, try to make 4 in a row, then 5 in a row if you don't do that, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. If you don't make 1, then you run. But if you make 3 in a row to begin with, you're done. Or any of the levels, if you make that many in a row, you're done. And you shoot from like the short corner and inside the 3-point line and outside the key, right, about halfway in between. And you're just shooting shots. And you're trying to go to all 5 spots: the corner, the wing, top, opposite wing, opposite corner. All right. And your goal is to do it in less than 10 minutes. At least that was our goal. All right. And that's what he did. And again, he was pretty clutch. He missed the first one, but he did all the rest. Countdown game. We did the countdown game. Normally it's with a whole bunch of people and you all go to 3 and you say, all right, I'm on 3, ready, set, go. Then you yell 3. As soon as you make it, then you yell 2, then 1, then 0. You say, I won. Then your number goes higher. Their number stays the same. Then you start all over again. But because we're in a pandemic and he had no challengers, no one against him, no opponents, we raced him against the clock. And his goal was to make was to get to 12 before 10 minutes was up. All right. So he got to about 10. He's about one shot away from getting 10, I think. So it's a pretty fun game as well. You don't have to make it in a row, just make that many total, and then you restart the game. That many total, restart the game. So if you went from 1 to 10, that would be 55. If he didn't do 1 or 2, so he made 52 shots in 10 minutes, which is 5 shots a minute. Sounds about right. Then we did one-on-one sprint. Normally it's with defense. We did it without. And I gave him about 4 or 5 different moves and told him to sprint him from half court and do a move, any kind of move, real quickly at the three-point line. The trick is to not slow down and to get better at it. You guys can easily practice that. Next one is successive dribble shots. Again, you can watch his videos online when he posts them. We definitely filmed today. All right. And this is when you get the ball, you want to make really quick dribbles, whether it be bounce between the legs twice and behind the back twice, or just one of those. Then you do it with the left hand. Then you do 2 of those, and then 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Again, the 5 things are: dribble is 1, between the legs is the other, between the legs again is the 3rd, behind the back once, behind the back is the 5th. So if you do it real fast, it goes dribble, scissors, be on the back, real fast. And you shoot shots in between there, though. So as soon as you catch the ball, you do one of those 5, and you go in order, starting with the right, then the left. If I didn't explain it that well, check our video, limitlesshoops.com. Then he went with diagonal hurdle layups. We used basketballs for this one. It might be kind of dangerous for like Leandro to use basketballs for this one because you have to jump really high. All right, but we did it from the free throw line. You jump in a diagonal pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps. On the last jump, you want to twist and score a layup. All right, you want to repeat that to make your jumping more dynamic and your finishing a lot stronger as well. Then the last one that we did was sandbag slides. I did not have sandbags. My sandbags got stolen. I'm actually ordering some new ones. All right, but we used rocks. Not just a small rock. We used the biggest rock that we could possibly find. All right, and I actually filmed it. Let me show you real quick. Let's see. I filmed it and I sent it to Lana because Lana hates this drill so much. All right, and so I sent it to her, and she just despises this drill. And this is the drill right here. Come on, straight. Let's go, Dylan. Come on, Lana hates these. Let's go straight on. Slide out. Carry them stones, boy. Yeah. All right, and that's the drill. When you go forward, you go up and down. All right, and it is a hard drill on the arms. I stole that drill from, not the whole drill, not exactly, but I stole part of it from Muggsy Bogues, his high school team. He's the shortest player to ever play in the NBA, but he played with 3 other NBA players for his high school team. The high school team had a crazy coach that made them carry bricks and do workouts with them while they were running. So I couldn't find bricks, but they weighed 7.5 pounds. So I found sandbags that weighed 10 pounds because I figure our players are worse, so our players need to lift more weights. So that's what we did. Those rocks, though, they're about like 3 pounds max. All right. But afterwards, Dylan was like, dude, those rocks were at least 15 pounds, man, because they get heavier and heavier as you go. So he did not love the drill, but it does make you stronger. It makes you more dynamic. And without the rocks, now all of a sudden you're sliding your feet a lot faster. All right. I told him a quote. I told him the quote of the day during the workout because there was a great point in the workout where I told him. And he was trying to do something, but he was messing up. And I told him, you have to make mistakes. All right. And if you don't make mistakes, you're making a mistake. All right. So the quote goes like this: make mistakes, else you're making mistakes. All right. I can't make it to the practice today. Who said those words? Oh, Zach. Okay. All right. So again, the quote is, it's a Friday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 6-word quote. Make mistakes, else you're making mistakes. All right, which is a hard concept to understand. You might think that you get it, but you quite possibly don't. All right, you have to make sure that you're going hard enough so that you might make a mistake. Because if you don't go hard enough and you're perfect all the time, or you're too scared to go out there and try, That's the biggest mistake of your entire life, and you're going to fail in the future. If you go out there and you start to mess up or you embarrass yourself, now all of a sudden you're going to be successful in the future. All right. So you want to make sure that you're brave enough and working hard enough to make mistakes. All right, and challenging yourself enough to make mistakes. The teacher just can't keep asking you what 1 + 1 is so that you can say two, two, two. All right. You must be challenged to one day figure out what 3 + 2 is, which is 6. Oh, wait, 5. Okay. All right. Anyways, back to the workouts. Let's just fly through them real quick, and then I will tell you guys a story. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you the story now. All right. So this is the story that I told Dylan today. It's a very famous story. It may not even be true. I'm not really sure, but I'll tell you the story. So basically, it goes like this. There was a football player, and the football player played for Auburn. All right. And he wasn't like the best player on the team, and he never played in games. He just practiced with the team. But he tried his hardest, and every practice, his dad was at his practices. All right, because his dad couldn't see him playing the games, but he could see him playing the practices, which was cool. All right. So well, then one day, call it a Wednesday. It works better for the story. All right. He goes into the coach's office and he says, "Coach, I have to miss practice tomorrow." All right. And the coach is like, "Why? You've never missed practice." And he goes, "Because my dad died." And the coach is like, "Oh my God. Oh no, you have to go ahead, go wherever you have to go." And he goes, "Thank you so much, coach." So he leaves. And then on Friday, he comes back and he goes, "Coach," he goes, "Oh, hey, how was the funeral?" He goes, "Good. But I have a question. Um, I want to play in the game tomorrow." And he goes, "Well, hey, I know that your dad just died, but I can't just put you in this game. It's against our rivals, Clemson. It's like the biggest rival in school history. It's a big, important game. You've never played before in our games. I mean, I can't just put you in there now." And he goes, "No, coach, I want to play in the game." And then he looks at him and he goes, "Okay, you know what? I'll play you one play. Is that okay? Right in the beginning, I'll put you in one play." And he goes, "Okay, that's all that I want." He goes, "Okay, deal." And then he puts him out there in the game. And there's two people back there. And they receive the kickoff, and he feels like the coach is like thinking, okay, there's two people it can go to. Maybe it'll go to the opposite guy. Nope, it goes right to him. And he takes off and he runs for like 40-yard gain. Then he gets tackled. And they're like, "Whoa, that was pretty good." Like stay out there, stay out there, stay out there. One more play. And then he gets a handoff and he goes for 4 yards. And they're like, that's okay, stay out there. And he gets another handoff. Boom, 6 yards, gets a first down. They're like, wow, this guy's playing amazing. And then the very next play, he gets the ball, boom, breaks open for a touchdown. He goes through the entire game, gets 300 yards. They win the game. And the coach just runs up to me. He's like, "What?" He goes, "I know you were inspired by your dad, but there's no way that was possible. How did you do that? How did you do that?" And the guy looks, and the player looks at him and he says, "Well, you know that my dad always came to my practices, right?" And he goes, Yeah, I know." And he goes, "Well, what you didn't know is that my dad was blind. And today is the first day that he could ever see me play." All right. Now, whether you believe in heaven or not, all right, or his dad was really looking down on him or not, or if that was a real story or not, you have to understand that when people get inspired, anything can happen. All right. When people have inspiration, anything can happen. So, like I said in the beginning, you need you need to believe in yourself. And like I said yesterday, you need to be your own hero. All right. You need to push yourself because you can't depend on other people to always be there for you. You can't depend on having a big time story like that story. All right. You have to be able to say, "I'm inspired by the wind. I'm inspired by the sun. I'm inspired by that tree over there. I'm inspired by the most small things in this whole world." And you can make them positive. You can make them negative. Just be inspired. And all inspiration is going your hardest. So you have to go find something, some way to make you go your hardest, whether it be the movies that I'm trying to have you watch, whether it be competition, maybe like you want to be better than your next door neighbor, right? Whether it be like watching those videos that I put on the history of hoops. which I'm going to go over a little bit today. All right. Find something to be inspired by and go after it. You shouldn't just wait for inspiration. But if you are looking for inspiration, guys, again, the finals are happening tonight. All right, let's go over real quick. The elementary school workouts are hold your follow through or push-ups. 1 minute shot, 6 for 14 a run, diagonal pro hop, direct Euro step, pick and roll, drive to shot, hurdle reverse layup. Middle school is overhead board passes, drive left, right, pass, high, low, on ball defense, ball jumps versus face cuts, the Kobe post, and double bounce series. All right. And for this one, I'll talk about the Kobe post move. I think that's a good one to talk about. All right. And you know what? And since it's the Lakers, maybe last game, they're going to wear the Mamba jerseys. Let me get my basketball out, and I'm going to show you guys the Kobe post real quick. All right, and plus, I've never transitioned from my guard to the basket. Let's see if this actually works. All right, here we go. Hang on to your hats, guys. We're going outside. All right, so here we go. And point at the basket. All right. So we're right here. And for the Kobe post move, this is actually Hakeem Olajuwon's move. All right, Hakeem Olajuwon is one of the greatest centers of all time. And he was showing Kobe some moves. And I call it the Kobe post move instead of the Olajuwon, because Olajuwon already has a move. And I'm going to show you his move real quick. Olajuwon has a couple of moves already in our program. He has the dream shake. The dream shake is when you're right here on the post, because he had great footwork. He would be right here on the post, he'd go like this, and then shake that way, and then shoot. All right, so that's the dream shake. He also had what we like to call the Legend Series. And for our last Legend Series, the first ones are the Manu Ginobili layup, and then the Rajon Rondo layup. The third one is the Hakeem Olajuwon layup. And that's when he drives baseline, fakes it here, fakes back there, and then looks through, and then shoots that shot. So those are the two Hakeem Olajuwon moves. I felt like he had already too many moves. So I gave the credit to Kobe, and plus Kobe really explained it very, very well. So he's right here in the post, and you're going to turn and run. A turn and run is like this. Boom. Turn and run all the way to the top of the basket. But for this one, you're going to turn and run and then stop. So you're going to fake the turn and run. So you're going to go right here and go right here. They're going to think that you're going that far, but you're not. And then you're going to spin back. When you spin, you catch the ball on this side of the ball, and then for an actual spin, you would spin like this all the way to the basket. But now we're going to fake the spin as well. So it looks like this. We're going to go fake there, then fake back. So you just basically threw two fakes together. All right. And now, here's the tricky part. The tricky part is when you go like this and you pivot this way, and you pivot this way, you're not allowed to go this way because that's a travel. All right. But what we're going to do is we're going to go jump. You're going to jump and then land. If you land at the same time, now you can go that way. All right. But the difference is the referee who's standing far over there, he can see your feet. He can see the difference between a pivot and a jump. It's very, very subtle, but he can see it easily. Who can't see it is your defender. Your defender's too close to you to look down. He's not looking at your feet. So he thinks probably that you just pivoted. All right? So he thinks that you can't go that way. So when you do this move, you're going to go like this, 1, 2, and he's going to think that you're coming right back here for a shot, but you're going to go the other way like this, 1, 2, and this way, which is the travel, because I pivoted. All right, but he's going to get confused because he's going to say that's not possible. But what you actually did was this. You go here, jump back, and then shake, like give him like a little like nudge that way, little glance that way, and then you're going to go this way for a shot. So here it comes off the jump, the Kobe post move. Here, come back, shake, and come back and shoot your shot. Oh, and I missed it. Don't go too far, ball. All right, here we go. So that's the Kobe post move, and big ups to Mamba, and good luck to the Lakers tonight. Let's go back in the car. All right. All right, so that was that. Hope you guys understood that. Hope you can hear me, see me, everything else too. I'm sweating. Oh man, wasn't trying to sweat out there. Anyways, all right. Next one is the double bounce series. I mentioned that as well. So that's about it for the drills. And so if you guys can, again, try the drills. You can hear and see me. Thank you very much. All right, try the drills. Go out there. If you can film them, great. All right. If you're just getting better, get better. The motivational story of the day is wisdom is always an advantage. Oh, sorry. Wisdom is always an overmatch for strength. If you have a choice between wisdom, experience, smartness, or strength, choose wisdom, because your experience and how smart you get is always going to be able to beat people who are strong. And there's a guy in the NBA right now who has both the strength and the wisdom, and that's why he wins. All right, he may not have the most talent. He's not Michael Jordan, but he does have a lot of strength, and he's very, very smart. And that's LeBron James. And one of his biggest rivalries, I can't really call it a rivalry, but it's DeMar DeRozan. And he played for the Toronto Raptors, and he got beat by LeBron James so many years in a row. And they said, why is it so hard to beat LeBron? And he goes, because he's so smart. And I was like, what? I was sure I was just going to say he's like so strong, so dominant. He goes, no, it's his brain. He says, I mean, anyone can beat him one game. He goes, but even during the season, that guy knows everything. He knows everything. He goes, but then you get him in the same series and you play him over and over and over and over again. He goes, after a while, he knows everything that you're going to think of doing. And he goes, there was a very famous time when one of their players from the Toronto Raptors was playing against LeBron James, and he forgot the play. They called a play, and the guy forgot what he was doing. Then LeBron James is on defense during the playoffs and looks at him and goes, you're supposed to go over there. And LeBron James knew the play better than the guy on offense knew the play. All right, and we've all seen LeBron James do his thing where he can repeat plays that have happened for the course of the game. It's amazing. He's a very, very smart player. So again, wisdom is always an overmatch for strength. So make sure that you get your mind right. Learn the game as much as you can. All right, now I said that I would go to the history of hoops. Let's see if I can get to it real quick. History. I don't know if I can get to it quickly. Let me see. I'll type in Limitless Hoops. All right, so you go to limitlesshoops.com, and then you go to challenges. All right. Let's see how fast my internet is. All right, I got about 2 minutes to do this. Come on, internet. There we go. Now the history of hoops pops up. There we go. All right, I'll bring up another thing from the history of hoops page. Again, we have highlights, moments, games, characters, insanity, non-NBA, and then the other stuff. Looking at the list of the other stuff, I want to talk about Jerry the Logo West, 3/4 court shot. All right, Jerry West is on most basketballs if they have an NBA logo on them. Not on mine, though. I don't have an NBA logo on mine. It's okay. All right, but he's the logo of the NBA, standing sideways or whatever. All right, Jerry West. In the playoffs one year, his team is down by 2 points, and he has the ball with 1 second left, and he throws it from the opposite free throw line, way over there, and then swish. Was it a swish or a bank shot? I don't know. I forgot. All right, but let's say he swished it. Boom. And he made the shot from so far away when they were down by 2 points. Then guess what happened? They went to overtime. Why did they go to overtime when he shot from full court and they were down by 2? Because the 3-point line was not invented yet. All right. They weren't used to long shots at all. This guy drills a 3/4 court shot, and it only counted as 2 points because the 3-point line wasn't invented yet. Went into overtime. They did win that game, but it's one of the most famous shots in the history of basketball. And I think that's like the most interesting part about it, is that it only counted for 2 points, all those shots. And if you look at all of his shots, like he shot a lot of deep shots. And he's still one of the leaders in the history of the NBA in scoring. If they had counted his 3-pointers as 3-pointers, he'd be even higher. All right, and maybe he would have even shot more threes if they were worth more. Because why even shoot a three if it's not worth three points? Wouldn't you just get a closer shot? So he probably shot a lot closer than he even wanted to. So Jerry West is one of the greatest players of all time. That is why he's the logo, and that is his shot. Make sure that you check out our History of Hoops page on limitlesshoops.com. Click on challenges, then click on History of Hoops to see the most famous moments in the history of the NBA. But I have to tell you this, the moment tonight will be one of these moments. All right. The bubble is an enormously weird thing. Guys, we're in a pandemic. They will remember the winner of this championship forever. And there will be an asterisk over it. This winner is different, but it will be a good asterisk. And I like what Mark Jackson said. This will be the hardest championship to ever win, and the Lakers have a chance of doing it. So tune in tonight to see if they do it, guys. Witness history. You will be telling your kids about this in 40 years. All right. See you guys later. Isolation workout happening in 30 minutes. See y'all there. Peace.